Hello everybody on the internet. This is Dakian once more with the Monday Miniatures Ramble. This time for Monday the 12th of March 2018. This week I've actually completed some stuff. And you see all three of the completed miniatures. Well, part of them anyway. In this shot. It is my three green dragons. Starting with the really small one. The Wormling. The baby dragon, you might say. And we have the young green dragon. They look very different. This is because I simply went by the catalog names in the Reaper catalog. These were all called forest dragons, which I interpreted as green dragons. They have sort of different wing structures and different spines. But, you know. And then finally we have a big one, Blightfang, which is painted as a green dragon on the box art. So I decided it must be a green dragon. Now this guy is really tough to fit into one shot. Oops, and here's some little flakes of stuff on him. You can see that. And I keep having the same problem with the wood bases and the sticky tack. I can't get all of it off. So it's sticking to the paper or whatever I put it on. I'm probably really happiest with the paint jobs on the small ones. It's hard to get a really good look for a big dragon like this, but you know, he came out okay. I'm reasonably happy with him, and you know, it might have gone a little brighter on the highlights on the wings at the top, but it's fine. It's mostly it's the places where I've tried to hide the joins that I'm not sure I'm completely successful, but hopefully people don't think about that. I try to hide it with paint mostly, and if you look at his base, it's kind of a little scenic. Added some stuff to it. I'll add some still pics at the end to try to show it off a little bit better. But anyway, that was 3 important monsters completed this week. Relatively good week's work considering the complexity of these minis. So let's see what else has got some paint on it. Looky here, we have some works in progress. And we're looking at the GW minis right now. I just experimented with some colors on this Goblin Shaman, and I've been fooling around with the bats for him. Oops. Now for the others, you can tell that apart from the priming that was already done last week, all that's happened is I've slapped a little bit of paint on the bases. And I think I darkened his cloak a little bit. Otherwise, the most work has been done on actually the Hydra. But first we have the Sea Elves. All I've really done here is experiment with a sort of base tone for the skin. This is kind of a mix of pink and blue, which I thought might seem appropriate. Anyway, for the Hydra, I've gone a different way than with the green dragons I've painted recently. I painted those as simply a color. You can tell that this guy is metallic. I used metallic paints as the base, and then added washes, glazes, and inks to give it some color. And it's pretty dark right now. I'm going to highlight it up some more, maybe glaze some more. We'll see where we wind up. I still need to make a base for him as well. And yeah, so not a whole lot of progress on these guys so far, but you know, I finished the dragons. I mean, that was quite a lot of work. So there probably will see a few of these finished by next week. I can't really predict which ones though. We'll see which mood strikes me.
Roar.
This is work in an earlier stage of progress. This is Popeye, the orc warrior bust, which I have cleaned up and assembled and gap filled. There's, as you can see, some green gap filling here and some white. The green is green stuff. The white is Vallejo plastic putty. And where his lower jaw was attached, you can see, well, maybe a little bit of both. We'll just have to see once this dries. I'm gonna prime him. I'm never quite sure whether my gap filling is good enough until after primer is applied, and then I can see, oh, can you still see a seam line? Well, then I'll have to go in and fill up some more and then prime some more until it's done. But yeah, as I said, this guy is going to be a slow painting project, so don't expect to see too much have happened by next week. Primer certainly, maybe a base coat or two. That'll probably be it. But putting him together, it's not. He has relatively few areas. There's skin and everything that goes with it, like mouth and teeth and eyes and ears and the what like. But as far as equipment goes, there's this shoulder pad which will be metal. There's a strap, leather of course, and there is some fur. And that's it. I mean, maybe I can do two types of metal. Maybe I can do the actual shoulder pauldrons iron and the spikes bronze, or vice versa. Not sure. But yeah, it's going to be relatively few fields of color. Oh, and he has an earring. That's has to be silver or gold. Not in the other ear, just one earring. Okay, and have to think of something special for this big bulging eye. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be a fun one. But anyway, let's see some statistics. As you can see, there's yet another week in which I have not added anything new to the purchased column. That's because nothing new arrived this week. I did not go out and buy anything new. Nothing arrived in the mail. Quite surprising. I am waiting on some stuff, actually. Specifically some orders from Hassle-Free and Heresy Miniatures. That should show up any time now, but not this week. So that's why I'm putting the new projects segment last, after the cut. And I want to show you that what I intend to start prepping are a bunch of hobgoblins. I decided, I've got some goblins and some orcs and some gnolls and some lizardmen. What more can you want? Well, orcs maybe, but I find orcs boring. So I got, these are, as far as I know, all the hobgoblins that reproduces in the metal line in the Dark Heaven Legends line. I recently saw they put out some new Bonesium hobgoblins that are well, a few of them are just bones replicas of these metal models, but there's a few that are not, and so I'll probably pick up those as well eventually. This time we have the Hobgoblin Sorcerer, the female Hobgoblin Archer, the Hobgoblin Captain, and the Hobgoblin Troops, 3 of them. So, 6 minis that I want to get started for next week. But, that was it. Short but sweet this week. I should add that if you missed it, I did post a review of Nolzur's Marvelous Miniatures this weekend on Saturday, 2 days ago. Go back and check that out if you haven't seen it. Click like on this video, subscribe if you haven't done so already. And, I'll see you next week. Until then, I'm Dakian, signing off.